Let's talk about SEO. It's very important that you understand that SEO is not a thing. It's not something that you do to a site. You can add keywords, and yes, those keywords might help at some point to rank higher on Google. However, SEO is a process. SEO is a series of steps that you have to achieve before you start actually even getting noticed by Google. Why? Because SEO is based on content. The content authority is the one that gets the click, is the one that gets the first place on Google. Because you need to show the search engine that you actually own that first place. What are the steps that you need to do in order to have a better SEO, in order to have a site that ranks on first page, or a site that ranks on second page, maybe? Well, you have to achieve some basic things. One, server. You need a good server. You need a good hosting company. A good hosting company is not a company that charges you $5 for hosting. Good hosting companies are around $50 or $40 a month. That will give you a decent response time. So when Google says, hey, who has the apples? Your server will say, I have it, really, really quick, because that's what we're looking for. If you have a slow response time, it's like you are the kid in the back of the classroom that when the teacher says, hey, who knows how many apples I have? Everybody else raise their hands. So everybody else has a chance to be number one and answer that question, while your server is the kid on the back that 3 seconds after everybody responded, you raise their hand and say, hey, I got apples too, or I knew that answer. So that's basically the first thing you need before even think to start doing SEO. You need a fast server. If you are on a hosted platform like Shopify, like BigCommerce, like something else that is not hosted by you, you should be fine, because most of those platforms already have optimization in place. However, you have to keep an eye on the images, because if you have heavy images, meaning that they have more than 500K each image, it will slow down your page loading time, because that's another thing that you need to know. You need to know that your page loading time has to be quick, because if your server is quick, you need the response to be quick also. So all those pages or all those images that the site needs to load, they have to be as light as possible and as agile as possible. So that's another thing that goes with infrastructure, and we're not even talking about content yet. Then your site needs to have all the alternated text on the images. So all the images need to say, this is a dog, this is a cat, this is a wolf, this is inbound marketing, this is e-commerce, this is a picture of a person taking credit cards, etc. You need to have that, because that adds value to the content. So the content also, the search engine also reads that alternated text on the image and say, oh, the page that has apples also say, this is a picture of apples. So that's more relevant than a page that doesn't say anything and just talk about apples on the text. You need to also have a great content. Remember that the new PageRank algorithm, or the new Google algorithm for search, actually reads the text. It has comprehension. It reads whatever is in there and says, okay, you're saying apples too many times. This doesn't make any sense. This is not going to work. So you're going back to page 245. You need to keep in mind that you have to write like you talk, like very naturally, very specific. You don't have to talk a lot. You don't have to basically don't say anything. You have to talk as you talk on a daily basis. So you have to keep a balance on the content of what you're saying on the text and the amount of text that you put on the page. So if you don't need to say that I have 300 apples, they are all red and they're beautiful, you can say, oh, we have a bunch of apples and they're all beautiful. Done. That's it. You don't need to add a lot of stuff on the page. However, if you are an information authority or a content authority, which is what Google wants for you to be on number one, then you have to talk about your daily operations, your daily life, whatever you know. So if you, I don't know, if you harvest apples, you can talk about this week harvest or next month harvest, or what's the best way to take, to get the juice from an apple or something. So you have to take that knowledge and transfer it into video content or blogging. Video is king. There's nothing like video. That's why you're here. But you can also blog and write about it if you're not comfortable with the camera. But it's something that is going to go away. I mean, it took me a while to get here, but now I don't care. So that content, if it's together with video, is going to be 10 times more effective. Google likes you to put your best effort because you have to outrank the first guy. And if the first guy has video, then you need to do video. If the first guy is blogging, then you have to blog. Also, outside links, if there's a lot of pages pointing to you, if those pages are important, like newspaper, like companies like us, like we're Shopify experts, so we have a link to our page. We're BigCommerce partners, so we have a link from BigCommerce to our page. So when Google says, oh, these guys are e-commerce, and then BigCommerce is pointing at them, or Miva is pointing at them, or Shopify is pointing at them, it might be because they actually know what they're doing. Or this article in the newspaper names them as super good on e-commerce. So that helps also to validate that you actually are who you say you are, that you actually have valuable content on your site. Social media, it's also a plus because social media shows that you are putting an effort on it, that you're trying to get the word out of there. You are trying to get your message out. And if you do it on a constant basis, it's gonna be way better than if you don't post anything at all. So remember, the basic thing is that you need to be as good as the number one. And then you can, fight your way up. But you have to see what the number one on the search result is doing, and then you have to mimic that. Ranking is not, if the company name is Seed, and then you look for Seed, and you rank first, that's not SEO, that's not ranking, that's a company name. What else were you expecting to have on the first search result? Ranking is when I say, oh, Seed does inbound marketing in Miami, so my service should be inbound marketing in Miami. If you search for inbound marketing in Miami, we should be number one or number two, depending on whatever Google thinks of us today. But we are pretty sure that we're going to get the first one or the second all the time. What is cool about this? If you are the number one authority on content, if you're the number one organic results, then Google has to give you the first ad result cheaper than for everybody else because you are the content authority. So on the bidding system, this weighs a lot. Keep that in mind. SEO is not a thing. It's a series of steps that you achieve to get SEO. It's not something that you go on the site and magically put some stuff there and you're going to start ranking. So forget about that. That doesn't work. That doesn't exist. That was 1992 or something. Cool. If you need more videos, if you need more information, if you need anything, leave a comment below. See you in the next video.